offense going forward.
They'll run for the first time with Keyshawn Vaughn. Down right around the 25. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. On the run, it's Fournette. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Brady's going to look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So pretty interesting. They get the opening drive touchdown. They wanted a little more. They were looking for 8, maybe something they thought about before the game started, I would imagine.
I think you're right about that. That's discussed in your staff meeting. A decision is made. I think the head coach has to blueprint it and say, yes, let's go ahead and do that. In this case, though, let's give some credit to the guys on defense. They gave up the touchdown, but found a way to regroup and keep them out of the end zone for the 2-point play.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Off the play fake, Rodgers. He gets this to Davante Adams. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Running on first down is Jones, but he's not going to get much, maybe a couple. And it's 2nd down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 6-0 our score after 1. Now a first down carry by Jones. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They're going to line up to go for this on 4th down. Rodgers stays on the field. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this one is incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Kevin King with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And Jones with a first down carry, and he's going to wind up losing a couple as he stopped behind the line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action.
He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers.
That is caught. It's the tight end, Tonyan.
Touchdown!
Robert Tonyan.
32 yards. And the Packers have drawn even here with the extra point to come. Crosby with the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw pulled in by Gronkowski.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. To throw, it's Brady. And he's got Gronkowski yet again. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They'll run on 1st down. Bernard. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Brady. Flushed out right. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Here's Brady. Escaping the pressure right. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Brady going to go on fourth down. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. Succop's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Second half straight ahead from Raymond James Stadium. Both teams finishing up their halftime adjustments. So for the call, let's get back over to Tampa and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive, because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
This is Jones. Powering his way forward. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones.
46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down.
Got a man. It's Tunyon.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 15-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Being chased out left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On second down, it's Jones. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. On play action, it's Rodgers. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 5. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Rodgers' throw taken in by Adams.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch it.
And it's a Packers touchdown. Randall Cobb, a 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Packers take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point up and good by Crosby, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards. On first down, Bernard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play. Looking downfield for Godwin. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Chris Godwin.
39 yards.
And the Buccaneers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
And now Coach Bruce Arians has made the call. His guys will go for 2. They will run it. It's Fournette. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Now here's Succop out to kick it away. And here's Lewis. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 60 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Now a first down throw complete downfield. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the shotgun to give to Jones. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. Levante David in on the tackle. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Well, this has been all that we'd hoped for. 2 of the game's all-time great QBs slugging it out in a 1-score game here in the second half. 1st and 10.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, second down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On the counter, here's Jones. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So that'll move them up 5, make the kick a little easier.
Rarely do you get kickers that don't want some yardage closer to the post, right? It's rare, but in this case, he'll definitely take them.
So it was the defense that jumped, and that'll move them 5 yards closer.
I wonder how they did it. What if they twitched a little bit up front, you know, a little subtle head movement that the officials didn't detect, but they got it done. Now they're 5 yards closer for their field goal attempt.
Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. Rodgers to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
A few better down a score in the fourth quarter than Tom Brady. This is 1st and 10.
They'll begin here with Bernard.
But no help there as they'll get to him at the 5.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Brady.
Pass caught, Miller.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line.
A few better down a score in the fourth quarter than Tom Brady. This is 1st and 10.
He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock, and let your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Back to throw, Brady. Steps away to his left.
Connecting with Johnson. And he'll be brought down after a gain of about 9. And compounding things, it's now 3rd down as well.
Brady to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. Now Brady got to have this one. Wide open, Gronkowski. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Now Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
And the Packers have just about sewn up this football game.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
So after about as long a play as humanly possible without scoring, here's 1st and goal. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Defensively now, one more play to stop. What are they looking for?
You want to take away their #1 running option that you've scouted and take away their #1 receiver and see if someone else can beat you.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. One final try now for Brady, eluding the pressure right. And he's into the end zone with no time left on the clock. And they're an extra point away from winning this game.
And the celebration is now just an extra point away from being full on. Think about those who may have left the stadium a little bit early thinking their guys might not get this done. Oh, it got done, and in a big way.
Oh, he missed. Oh, no, he missed the extra point. Victory was in the bag, but not anymore. We're headed for OT. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. First throw of overtime for Rodgers. Oh, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, pushing his way through. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. They'll run it again with Fournette, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 to the 34. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Now Bernard. He's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard.
But a good play is made on defense. Oftentimes, leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And with that, they will move out in front by 3.